After giving you my review of the Gilded Age Season 2 Episode 3, you must know what time it is. It's time to analyze the trailer for Episode 4, which is titled His Grace the Duke. That title itself is enough to make me excited for what's to come, but let's look at the trailer anyway. Here we go. The trailer starts with the Ada storyline. It seems she and Mr. Forte are on a second date, which is also kept secret from Agnes. Then we see Agnes talking to Ada, saying, "Marian thinks you're engaged in a full-blown flirtation. It would seem a poor return after all these years if you were to desert me now." Of course, Ada is shocked about what she just heard. First of all, Marian would never snitch on Ada, which makes me think someone sees Ada on one of her secret dates and tells Agnes, which is why she's quite angry about it. In the previous 2 episodes, Agnes probably thought nothing was serious about Ada and Mr. Forte. But if they are going on dates, it means Ada is serious about this guy. So Agnes is playing the "oh, you're going to leave me" card to get Ada to give up on her love, which won't happen in my opinion. The next part of the trailer is about Peggy and her journey to Tuskegee with Mr. Fortune. Even though Peggy's mother tried to persuade her not to go, she's not listening to her obviously. They are welcomed by the founder of the Tuskegee Institute, Mr. Washington, and they will interview him. As Peggy and Mr. Fortune walk through Alabama, it looks like there will be a disagreement between Mr. Fortune and Mr. Washington. The two have ideological differences when it comes to how African American children should be educated and how the fight against inequality should continue. At a dinner in Mr. Washington's house, the tension rises when he tells Mr. Fortune about not picking fights. We already know that when Mr. Fortune was last in the South, he was a slave. So I'm guessing being there again is quite difficult for him and may reveal his resentment. This may heat the argument between the two. Moving on from Peggy's storyline, we see that the opera storyline continues in full force. The new money people are doing a visit to the Metropolitan Opera. Mr. Gilbert is giving Bertha the bad news that they've run out of money. If this were to get out, if people heard that even before opening up the new opera has no money to operate, the respect that Bertha has been trying to gather for the opera will go down the drain. Well, at least she knows someone with a lot of money, right? The trailer also shows that Mrs. Blaine and Larry's controversial affair has found its way into the newspapers. Bertha reads it herself and then some reporters are asking questions to her. I'm guessing it's about Larry's situation because the trailer shows him in bed with Mrs. Blaine. I think it could be Mr. McAllister who leaked this to the press, as I even argued this whole relationship could be his plan. Nevertheless, this will cause another fight in the family, this time probably between Bertha and Larry. She will find comfort in the arms of her husband, George. Episode 3 was a nightmare in that we saw Bertha and George cross with each other that long for the first time. I'm glad Episode 4 is seeing an end to that. One scene shows Larry banging on Mrs. Blaine's door, probably after seeing the news article about them. The last part of the trailer focuses on the Turner storyline along with the upcoming Duke. Last episode, Bertha wanted George to learn where the Duke would be hosted so that they could go and introduce themselves to him. Seems George did learn and they even got themselves invited. Turner is not happy about this, but this shows me she's underestimating Bertha's ambition and talent. The fact that her husband has loads of money and can open all the doors for her. If one thing, Turner is the person who should know this better than anyone else. The last scene makes it seem like the only reason she married her new husband is to get revenge on Bertha, but it also shows she will do anything to hurt Bertha's reputation. These are what I could gather from the trailer for episode 4. What do you think will happen next week? Tell me in the comments below. Don't forget to like and share this video. Subscribe to next season for more videos like this, and see you soon.